welcome to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. My name is Spenser, and I'm one of your hosts on this podcast. And today, I'm joined by the other members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen who have come here to talk to you about one of America's most fun holiday season times.
This is Brandon.
And of course, I'm Jordan.
Now, if you've never been here before, we got some news for you. If you have been here before, then hopefully you're already a part of it. But Jordan is going to let you know where you can interact with us, where you can talk to us, where you can follow us, keep up with what we're doing and what we have going on. And Jordan is also going to tell you about what we have coming up.
Yeah, if you want to connect with your boys, feel free to hit us up on Facebook, X, YouTube, Instagram, all at the League of Melanated Gentlemen. Or you can also search LMG Podcast as well. Or you can even check the links in the description of whatever streaming service you're using to listen to us. So yeah, that is there. We're always in all of those. We're super interactive. We're always talking to other people and having a good old time. So yeah, follow us there, and that's what you need to do. Also, rate and review us on whatever streaming service that you use. Streaming service. Yeah. It's called streaming, right? Yeah, streaming. Whatever streaming podcast service you use, rate and review us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our channel and all that. And that is everything. So now we have some scheduling updates. Almost dodged it there.
I was like, you good?
Yeah, I know. I had called a little Holy Ghost just in. My bad. But anyway,
it's the episode. It's trying to stop you.
I know. It's getting real spooky around here.
Yeah.
So
rebuke it.
If this is your first time or you've been around for a while, all our episodes drop on Mondays. So Mondays is when the main podcast drops. And then on Wednesdays, we have Wrestling with Worldwide Willis. That is Brandon's review podcast where he reviews all the weekly events from all the wrestling things that's out there. You got AEW, got NWO, you got WWE,
NWO. I like it.
SmackDown, you got Raw.
Okay.
All of these are things. Yeah.
But yeah, Brandon, he reviews all the weekly events and always gives his tops on something, his top 5 something. And then, he likes to rock it solo, but he also likes to include guests. And then this week, oh man, it's getting real spooky around here. This week, we have Wrestling with, I'm messing up.
I talked about
that. We have DC Animation with Spenser and Friends.
No, we don't. We have that next week.
Is that next week?
Yep.
Hey, it's getting crazy around here. I don't even know what's going on no more. All right, so next week, Spenser, just tell me what movie coming up.
Well, I'll tell them the last episode. So the episode that just dropped was Flashpoint, and the episode that will be coming out next week is Justice League War.
Okay, so Justice League War, that is the one where Justice League is going against some people. I know that one. But if you want to check it out before the episode drops, be sure and check out Justice League War, as well as the Flashpoint Paradox. That was a really good movie. All right. That was a lot of talking, a lot of words. Some of them didn't come out all the way. That's all right.
And the Holy Ghost tried to get you.
It did. I don't know if I should be admitting on air that I may be a little buzzed, but we'll get through it. We will get through it.
Libations. Okay.
Yeah. So, are we ready to get into it?
Sure.
So, this episode, Brandon and Spenser have no idea about. This episode has been in the making for over a year now. But we're going to get real spooky. Not too spooky because I am a little scared. I don't really like scary stuff like that. But we should get a little spooky. So first, this is going to be a 3-part. This is going to really be a 3-part episode. First part, we're going to just talk about questions, and we're going to talk about just Halloween in general. Second part, we're going to review some of the most offensive costumes from 2022 And then after that, we have a small bracket that I would like to talk about and discuss. So, first of all, let's start. Brandon and Spencer, how do you guys feel about Halloween? Like, growing up, did y'all necessarily like celebrate Halloween? Did y'all do anything trick or treating? How did y'all do it? Let's start with you, Spencer.
Not really. I have been well, I'm not a big candy person.
Yeah.
So like Halloween, I didn't like I wasn't worried about trick or treating and all that. Like I've been trick or treating 3 times. The first time, all 3 times I was with a friend. Like I was at a friend's house. So I've never gone trick or treating in my own neighborhood. The first time, I was like 5, and my friend had the mask costume that was too big for him. So I would wear that, and he was like something else. He had been an astronaut or something, I don't know. And we went trick-or-treating, and yeah, I didn't like it enough to be like, "Ooh, I should do this," or like, "Oh, I'm missing out," because I wasn't worried about it. The second time I was in middle school, and I gave the majority of my candy to the friend I was with and his little brothers. And the third time I was in high school, and same situation. I went with a friend, ended up giving her most of the candy. And now I really just like to dress up. That's all it is for me. Like I just want a reason to cosplay. Yeah, like I just want a reason to be like, I'm gonna do this year. And that's all it is. I have a friend who will usually have a Halloween party, and I will find myself there. A few years Larry and I have done not necessarily couples costumes, but like pair costumes.
Oh, that's cute.
I knew.
Yeah,
George gonna jump on
cute.
that.
That's cute.
Larry and I
couples costumes, huh?
Yeah, like Larry and I, we were Wario and Waluigi one year.
That's cute. Go ahead, Dwight Howard. Go ahead.
We were Scorpion and Sub-Zero one year.
Oh,
don't bring. No, he's got allegations against him. Don't know.
Well, okay, yeah, we won't get into it. I mean, he said he did it, but he didn't do the bad part. But we're not gonna get into it.
I actually learned about that today, and I was like, I thought we knew that he was, but okay.
I don't know why. He's just come out, bro. Like it's.
Well, yeah, that's like he has like literally he makes every single person he deals with sign an NDA.
Yeah, facts.
And yeah, like I thought we all knew. Like I didn't know. Okay, whatever. That's not what this is about. I have never done a costume with Dwight Howard.
Not yet.
Yeah. So, and if I did, I couldn't talk about it because I'd have to sign an NDA. So
you have to carry around an NDA with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Brandon, what about you? Oh,
Halloween has never been super important to me. Again, I literally just like to dress up. That's all it is.
Yeah.
For me, it's not really important. Like I said, I grew up in a very a strict, Bible household. So like Halloween was like my mom would be like, "All right, we're going to the church. We're not walking around no neighborhood." You know what I mean? So we go to the church and have some old lame party. But I did like it as far as the costumes. Like, yeah, I was every Power Ranger every year. I was, you know what I mean? I switched it up. I had some pretty good ones too, but overall, not as important. Honestly, like it's a cool little holiday, but I don't know. I always felt like it wasn't a holiday that I always got like revved up for, excited. Like we didn't get the day off school, so I wasn't really, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't that important to me.
Yeah, Brent, I think, dude. Hang on. I think I might have told you this before, maybe a couple years ago. I think a dope costume for you to do would be like you dress as like a Megazord, and then have like the action figures like have like some type of chess piece and have like the action figures inside of you. So you look like you're a big ass Megazord and like they like the regular Rangers. That would be dope as hell.
You never told me that, but yeah, that's interesting.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That would be pretty cool. You could have like some of them like hanging off you, look like they're about to jump on the inside. Like pretty dope.
That'd be dope. I remember we had a work Halloween party, and I was trying to find a luchador mask, but I couldn't find one that was like good quality. So I was just gonna go with the luchador. But But yeah, no, that's a good
Be
idea.
a big ass luchador.
Elegante, baby.
That's funny. I mean, I'm kind of the same as both of y'all. Like, I didn't grow up doing Halloween. It's not because mine wasn't religious. My mom just didn't care to like do
Yeah.
Halloween. So it's like it's never been important to me. Um, like Spencer said, I think I've gone trick or treating maybe twice. Once as a kid, and actually three times. Yeah, three times well for me. Once as a kid, twice in college. I
Mm.
had me and some of my friends. We um walked around the neighborhood in college and just kind of went around different houses. We weren't even dressed up or anything. We just like, hey, trick or treat, and trying to get the candy. Shout out my boy Randy. 1 year for college, we was out trick or treating. Ran into like a bang of kids. I was driving around a bang of kids, bro. They all threw rocks in my car. Bro, when I tell you I wanted to like Grand Theft Auto hit them, like it was probably like a good 10 or 15 of them, like throwing rocks. And they had ran down the alleyway. If I had a gun, I swear a BB gun. If I had a BB gun, I swear
Let's
I would
say,
have
yeah,
let them
please
have it.
clarify. Please clarify.
Yeah.
This man said, "Kids threw rocks at my car, and if I had a gun,
Yeah, if I had a BB gun, I swear I
you
would
would
have
have
kicked them out.
blasted those kids."
Yeah, yeah.
Poor children.
But yeah, that's really the only time like I've ever truly gone trick or treating.
Yeah.
So my next one is Spencer. You kind of alluded to already, as far as like dressing up. So you've dressed up a couple times. Like that's pretty big for you.
I
What's
just
some of
like
the
doing it.
things
Yeah.
you just like dressing up?
Yeah.
Brandon, you dress up like before?
Like now?
Yeah, now or even as a kid. Like,
Oh, I mean,
did you
yeah,
ever dress up?
it was like I have pictures of me as a Red Ranger, White Ranger, you know what I mean? I have all that. Batman, Spider-Man, yeah. I was tapped into all like superhero costumes at the time.
I would definitely say I've never dressed up for Halloween. When I was a kid, my mom was just like, "You can go out with your cousin, but you're not gonna be dressed up." And I was like, oh, "Well, all right, it is what it is. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do."
It's tough, man. I
I
was
know.
thinking like you went as Wolverine 1 year or something.
Nah, that'd been pretty lit though. Maybe I should try to do
Yes.
that in my adult years. That's what I need to try to do.
Yeah,
But
go to
now it's
work
like
as Wolverine.
it's really
So
like
you can't
cosplaying
go
now
as
though.
Wolverine because you hate diversity.
Ooh,
Facts.
that's good. That's a good one. Look at
Facts.
Spencer already. You just trying to bring me down, man. Look at that.
I'm trying to bring you down.
If people don't understand the reference with the diversity, go listen to the last episode. And one of us may have talked about diversity a lot. I'm not gonna say who, but
Yeah.
there was some diversity controversy in there.
Definitely not pro diversity, but
Okay. Dang, Spencer, you also talked about this. Okay, so Spencer, you don't really like candy. I was gonna say, what's your favorite go-to Halloween candy? Like if you name it, then what's your favorite candy?
Regular M&Ms, like brown
Really?
bag
Just a
M&Ms.
regular
Yeah.
brown bag M&Ms? Not
Yep.
even the yellow peanut M&Ms?
Nope. Regular M&Ms.
one thing about
Oh
man,
no.
one of the funniest things about Spencer, man, that we always make fun of him about is if you give Spencer a bag of M&Ms on January 1st, 2023, on December 2023, you will still see that same bag of candy on his desk, wherever you at. Like he takes one at a time per day. Boom. Pops one in, keeps it moving. On to the next
See,
day.
with
Like a
M&Ms, I will usually eat the bag, but with Skittles, like that's a one a day type situation. Like
So what is it you don't like about candy?
I just don't. I don't
Just
know. I
don't
just
do
Or
it.
don't
you're
like it.
more
It's
of a
just not for
savory
me.
person. You're more of a savory
Maybe.
person.
Well, I like pastries.
Okay.
Oh,
So like I like cakes and donuts and brownies and cookies and like that
Yeah.
stuff's all good. I'm not a big candy person.
Gotcha.
gotcha.
Just squeeze with some breading with it.
Yeah.
Like a cheese Danish. I love cheese Danish. Like a cherry cheese Danish. Ooh, that sounds good.
But
Mm.
yeah, like I've just not been a huge candy person. And there are some people that are under the belief that chocolate is not candy. And
That's wild.
I'm like, because most of the if I do eat candy, it's gonna be chocolate or regular Skittles. That's about the
No,
extent.
hang on now. I will say so. What I consider okay, I do consider chocolate candy, but what if you get like 100% like cocoa, like straight from the pod, straight from the bean, and you make it like that? Like there's no additional
Uh,
sugar added. Would you consider that candy still?
I think
Probably
so.
not. Um,
I
I
would,
think
but
when I think of candy, I think of like established, like it's formed into candy, like Kit
Right.
Kats, Snickers, uh, candy bars, or candy pieces.
So wait, Brandon, you say you do think it's still candy? So if you are
I
like a
mean,
100% cocoa bar,
I kind of do only because like you're eating it to supplant eating regular candy.
Or
Like
like
yeah,
most
but
people
there's no
do.
sugar. There's no sugar though.
I mean, maybe so, but I just know most people like you don't eat that for dinner. You eat that because you're trying to supplant your sugar rush, or like you're wanting something sugary and just way more healthier.
Yeah, I don't think it's candy though. I wouldn't consider it candy just because like there's no processed sugar added to it.
Yeah, maybe not.
What's your go to candy, Brandon? Halloween day,
Uh,
you get the bag of candy. What you going for first?
Tootsie Rolls for sure.
What?
Tootsie Rolls for
Tootsie
sure.
Rolls?
Tootsie Rolls
What are
is
you
first one.
65?
Bro, Tootsie Rolls are fire. What are you talking about? Especially the
Are
long
you?
ones with the pause. The
Well,
long ones
pause.
with the
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna let it ride.
the long dark ones. Pause.
Whoa! Shit, they go out clip.
But no, Tootsie Rolls for sure.
First, the long ones.
Then the
Uh,
bronze. That's crazy, brother. Tootsie Rolls first though.
Tootsie Rolls for sure. I mean, Skittles is my favorite candy, so I'm looking for those. But I'm looking for yeah, Tootsie Rolls like Jolly Ranchers, stuff like that. But any other like, I don't know. I'm not a big chocolate I don't like chocolate like that as much.
Yeah.
So Tootsie Rolls is cool, but other than that, like I don't care about Reese's. I don't even like Reese's. I don't like Snickers, all that stuff. I'm cool off of.
Ah, that's crazy. Like if I get a fresh bag of candy, like my first go to is that Twix, the Twix chocolate bar. I
Twix
gotta
is
go
up
to
there.
that.
Twix is top tier.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Twix or Snickers? Because Snickers is like a close second for me, but I'm
Twix.
still Twix all the way.
Twix
Twix.
easy. It's a layup.
Yeah. I know Spencer, you don't got no dog in that fight, huh?
Correct. I so I don't know if this is true, but I grew up thinking I was allergic to peanut butter. So
This might tell you
I
that or something.
well no, I was at a friend's house and I was 8 years old. I remember because I remember learning that your taste buds change every 7 years, and I was like, I'm 8 now. Let me try some stuff because that's what you do when you're 8. You make logic out of things. So we didn't keep peanut butter in the house, but I went to a friend's house and they had peanut butter. So I tried some, and I remember breaking out in hives. And so I just decided, okay, I'm allergic to peanut butter, and that's it. And then I was good and grown when I was talking to my dad about it, and my dad was like, "No, I don't think you're allergic to peanut butter. I think your friend just had a dirty ass house."
Oh shit.
Ah,
Stuff.
Dang.
because I I was under the impression that I was just allergic to peanuts, but I could eat Chick-fil-A and be fine, and they use peanut oil.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's how Cam
I
is.
I'm not gonna test it.
Right.
So basically, I don't need nuts in my candy. Is the moral of the story?
Right.
Where do you need him? Where do you need him at?
I don't.
There
That's
we
what I'm
go.
saying. No nuts for me.
All right. All right. Couple more questions. So since we're all dads around here, do y'all kids celebrate? Like, what do y'all do with y'all kids now on Halloween? Because me and my wife, we just started a new tradition last year since she didn't grow up doing Halloween either because her mom was super religious, and I just said I didn't because my mom didn't care. So now we just started going out to eat on Halloween day. The way when we won't be home, like people try to ring the doorbell, try to get candy and everything. So we
Yeah.
just started going out to eat now.
That's
Uh,
nice.
What do y'all kids do for Halloween?
my wife is a good Christian woman,
Godly.
and as a woman, as a believer, as a woman of God, uh, My
Abort.
son will not be celebrating Halloween at all.
A demon.
It is for witches and warlocks and the evils and like my son will just never know.
That's
Because everybody
funny.
keeps asking me like, "Hey, you gonna dress him up for Halloween?" I'm like, "We don't do that."
Yep,
Mm.
same. I got to tell the same thing. Yeah, we don't do it either.
Like he like you're never gonna see, at least as a child,
Right.
like there aren't gonna be any cute costumes for Halloween or any of that. Like if I dress him up, it's gonna be for not Halloween, but
The fall party at school.
I'm the if if I were to dress him up on Halloween, that would count as, celebrating all of the, people getting sacrificed
Mm.
in the name of Beelzebub or whatever people are
A
doing.
lot of throat cutting around this thing, huh?
Yeah, so like we can't contribute to that sorcery and that witchcraft. So with that being the case, yeah, my kid, he's just not gonna be a part of it.
That's tough, man. For
Like I
me,
said,
yeah.
I just want to dress up.
No, I get that. I mean, for me, yeah, we celebrate. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Cam was really into like all that Halloween spooky stuff. So, yeah, ever since she was little, she was Peppa Pig was the first outfit. We've done a zombie. That zombie one was hidden. We did Vampiria.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. From Disney Channel.
yeah. We were the zombie
What
one. My mom came up with. We went to the zoo. We got a lot of confidence on that one. That was a little creepy, low key. But no,
what's she
last
dressing up
year,
this year?
this year she wants to be. She don't know. She be annoying me because she be like, I don't know. I'll be like, you don't got a character. I mean, usually you like obsessed with a character. She be like, just want to be something basic, like real starter kit Halloween
Yeah.
stuff, like a vampire, a zombie. I'm just like, all right. So we don't know yet, but last year we went to Frisco has a semi-pro team, and we walked around the arena, baseball arena, and they have like basically Halloween setups, trick or treat setups. So it was a pretty cool experience.
I will say one tradition that I have, I usually watch Hocus Pocus at some point.
We might do that. We watched Hocus Pocus 2, I think. Was it out last year? Or was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, we watched that last year too. So yeah.
Gotcha. Actually, I got actually one more question, and then we'll kind of start talking about some other stuff. What are you guys' feelings on like scary movies? So for me, I don't like supernatural scary. So like, I don't need your paranormal activities. I don't need your Insidiouses. I don't need your Sinisters. I don't need none of that. I can't do those. I can watch a good slasher
You
though.
don't like demons.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't need that. I don't need that on my life right now. I don't need
Yeah.
that. I can do slashers. I don't mind slashers. I can watch those all. Um, but what about y'all? How do y'all feel about horror movies?
I don't like them. Like a horror movie is never going to be my idea. I don't get the appeal.
Same.
I've never like that's never been something that I've enjoyed. I I guess slashers are fine because violence isn't an issue for me. So
Yeah,
yeah, like the gore and all that. Yeah, cool. We can do that. That's fine. Again, I like action gore as opposed to horror gore.
Yeah.
So it's still not something that I'm going to like. It's not going to be my idea. Um,
yeah.
there was one point when I would go and watch Paranormal Activities just for a laugh, but
Oof.
that
That
was
first one's rough. I remember that first one. Man,
the
that was
first one I
tough.
saw on accident because I was there to see whatever Saw was out that year. And when it was Paranormal Activity and I thought it was supposed to be Saw, I was like, what is this? Like I got pissed off and like almost left. And then once like shit started happening, I was like, oh wait, let me see how this goes.
Right.
That's scary.
Let me finish this out. And yeah, then the next two I saw again just to go laugh in the movie theater. And but yeah, like I don't enjoy them necessarily. Like Get Out was a really good horror movie.
Yeah. That's my
Uh
Yeah,
vibe.
that's like a
Yeah.
psychological thriller almost.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I don't know if it's in the book as a horror movie, but for me, that's a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I left that movie uncomfortable.
All right.
And it was very good. Oh,
It
so good.
was.
So like that's and again, it may not be in the book as a horror movie, but like that's a horror movie to me. Like when I walked out of that, I was like, that shit, that's a horror movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, they're not for me. I don't enjoy them. I'm not gonna say I don't enjoy them, because I'm sure there are some that are fine. I remember I watched Saw 1 through like 6, maybe.
Same for me. Yeah.
But there was a point I got off the Saw train because I was like,
Yep, same.
Whatever.
It's crazy. Another one just came out. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was done with, and they just
I did too,
came
because
out
the
with this
guy's dead. Like John Carpenter, whatever his name is.
one.
John.
The main
the
Saw
Saw man.
guy?
Yeah, the
Oh.
guy who's making the things. Yeah, like
I didn't know he died.
No, I don't. Not in real life. I mean, in Saw.
In the movie. Okay.
Like in Saw, he's dead because he had cancer or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
So I was like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah.
And then they had that spinoff too, with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Fuck, you didn't know about that?
No, I did, because like
Brandon didn't know about it.
No, I did not.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
The hell?
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I know it was a spinoff.
Sound like it didn't do well.
My wife watched it, but as Brandon has said, like,
why did she watch it?
Because it wasn't. There were no demons.
Oh,
yeah, like, it wasn't anything she like needed to pray out.
It's just terrible people. That's all it is. Terrible people.
It's everybody was just human.
Nothing she had to rebuke.
Yeah. She didn't have to like hit the doors with holy water. And,
put salt around everything. I will. One supernatural thing that I did like, that I was in on. I mean, two things really. We talked about it before, but American Horror Story, I like those. But also Supernatural, the show. I was all in on Supernatural. That was a great show for me.
So American Horror Story, I watched up until really I got married, and then it wasn't allowed in the house. Like,
yeah,
that's not. We can't do that here.
Mm-hmm.
The devil is not welcome here. And American Horror Story, I watched just because like I was like watching it as a social activity, not because I wanted to watch it, but because other people were watching it, and so I was keeping up with it to talk with people about it. I did enjoy seasons 2 and 3. Because Coven was good and Asylum was good to me. I don't know why Asylum did the like fucking alien shit. And I feel the same way about Lovecraft. Like the fucking alien shit, like we didn't need that.
Oh, but yeah, that was Lovecraft, but it was good.
Yeah, Lovecraft. I will say, there was some things in Lovecraft that made me very uncomfortable.
Them little black kids,
those little girls.
Yeah,
I didn't like them.
Yeah, that was creepy.
But Lovecraft is like, I watched it because it was black, not because it was horror or like I watched it because like Journey Smollett was in it, and like that was I don't. It's not a genre that I look for or need. I'll watch it occasionally, and generally it doesn't bother me, but like I'm not looking for it, and I have no desire to watch it. I'm watching it with somebody if I'm watching it.
I get that. What about you, Brandon?
As far as horror, man, I'm good. Like I don't voluntarily sign up to watch that type of stuff. That's just not something I want to watch. Like you said,
what about slashers?
Slashers are cool, but I kind of phased out of those after being like a teenager. When I was a teenager, I watched a lot of like the Jason movies. I watched a lot of those, but I kind of got phased out of them, honestly. I don't know. It was just very like repetitive. So I was just like, all right, I'm kind of cool on it. So no, I honestly, I don't watch really anything scary or considered horror or anything like that. So
I do have a question. To add, just kind of in the same vein. What are your thoughts on haunted houses?
I'm black. I don't mess with them.
Ooh, I'm gonna
That's
pick up a
been my
charge.
yeah. No, that's been my thing. Yeah, and also if I'm scared, if somebody's like try to do like a boo scare, like I swing first. Honestly, like
Yeah, I'm picking up
that's my reaction. Yeah,
a assault charge.
Yeah,
Accidentally.
the the reason that I never cared for haunted houses is because I always like I didn't understand the point in it because I always knew I was safe. Like I know that these are actors. I know that
right.
they are getting paid to be here and to like dress up and like jump out and do shit and I know they can't touch me. I was far too aware of the situation and so I was like this is pointless. What are we doing? Like I
Right.
don't understand what people get out of this. And it's probably a suspend your disbelief and, just enjoy. I mean, just like this is, probably a terrible example, but like I know that in wrestling, generally speaking, the goal is not to actually hurt people.
Right.
Like we are telling a story, and so you get engrossed into the story,
I'm
Right.
and
triggered right now.
you suspend
No,
your
this is real.
disbelief for the sake of enjoying it.
Yeah.
I can't do it with
with a
wrestling. I
haunted with
can't
a haunted
suspend my
house, I can't
disbelief.
do that. Like that doesn't happen for me with a haunted house. Like I'm just over here like this is stupid.
Right. Well,
And
we can go down a whole rabbit hole, but the fact that you can suspend your disbelief to believe that you know Logan and Jean Grey and all these other things are a thing, but you can't suspend your disbelief that actors who are still doing
Because
their own stunts is a thing. I just don't.
I don't know, man. I've seen too many crazy wrestling videos of like I don't know the
You're
peaks,
watching like
man.
the
there
most
are bad
independent.
examples.
The
Yeah, those
backyard
are
wrestling.
those are backyard independent. That's a reason they're independent. It's a reason they're not
Hey,
funded by anybody.
I just
Yeah,
saw one the other day. It was three dudes versus one, and like they was all on top of each other's shoulders, and they just like all did like a suplex on this one person. They like picked them up, and they kept going higher and higher. And then the last dude like suplex. I was like, come on now, that look dumb as hell. But anyway, okay, okay. I think that concludes all my questions. So we're going to move into some of the most offensive costumes from 2022. So I have not looked at this list yet. I don't know any of the costumes or anything. So if people want to uh kind of get a visual on what we are looking at, we are on BuzzFeed's 23 costumes that you shouldn't be wearing, basically. So y'all good? We can all see. We good?
It just says has started screen sharing, but I don't see.
Oh,
There
oh,
we
I
go.
see it.
okay.
Yeah, I see it.
All right. All right. So we're good now. So let's see the first one. I'm curious to see. This okay. I'm gonna admit. So the first one, just for people to understand, they're trying to say that we shouldn't dress as Oppenheimer. And
Mm.
can I be real right quick? I don't even know who Oppenheimer was. I don't know what he was famous for. I know the movie came out, but I didn't know he was a real person. Did y'all know this?
Yeah, yeah,
I did. I didn't know. Like it didn't occur to me to dress as him, but
right.
like I'm aware of him. Yeah, and when the
Mhm.
movie came out, I knew what the movie was about, so I kind of like
Same.
put together like, oh, he's the guy who came up with the
The
atomic
atomic
bomb.
bomb. Yeah. Yeah, I had
And
to do research on him. I didn't
he's
know
the
who he was.
reason that a lot of lives were lost
Thanks.
Yeah.
because that is, yeah. Um,
So
yeah, like I
it's
said,
in,
it dressing as him is not something that I even thought about.
so I thought this list was from 2022, but I guess it's gonna be from 2023 because that movie came out this year.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
the next one is they don't want you to dress as who is that, the Queen?
That is
The
Queen. That is Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Well,
should be dressing as her.
yeah, uh,
I
she's
mean,
dead.
is it too soon, you think? Or like just
I
never, like
think
you should never do it?
I think it is too soon. I don't know if it's ever acceptable. Um, I think I would have to ask someone who would be offended by it.
Yeah, Brits, some Brits, but no, I
Like
mean it is kind of too soon, probably.
it is insensitive based on the time, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's offensive because she died recently or because she was the queen and it's disrespectful or
That's what I was thinking, but then I thought we dress as like presidents. We
Yeah,
dress as like super famous people all the time. People dress as Jesus all the time.
yeah.
So I'm like, is it because she just died or she was the queen? Same thing
I
that you
think
said.
well, I think people dressing as Jesus is probably not something that should be done on Halloween. I think that usually when people dress as Jesus, it
Yeah,
is
you might
for
be right about
Easter,
that.
because they're performing in like a reenactment of
I'm
some
sure people
kind.
still dress as Jesus though on
Oh,
Halloween.
and if
oh
they
yeah,
do, they're going out of their way to be
Coke,
just
yeah,
yeah, like they're just trying to get a rise out of people.
right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know what the reason would be.
Yeah. This next one, people are saying you shouldn't dress as COVID. So we see a guy who's dressed like a
Yeah,
germ. I would never associate that with COVID, but I
Yeah, like
mean, I
he's gonna have to
guess.
tell people that he's COVID. Like if
Yeah.
people say like, "Hey, what are you?" I'm COVID or I'm the COVID virus. Then yeah, like
yeah,
it. That's one. Yeah, people are gonna have to. He's going to have to explain that one. And
yeah. I wouldn't be cool with that
now
one.
that one is disrespectful because there are people who died.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
millions of people.
Yeah,
Yes,
not just a little bit.
there are people who died. Like the world was shut down. There are a lot of people who fell into very deep depressions. Like
Oh,
COVID changed the way we live life on Earth.
thanks.
And yeah, I see why that would be offensive, especially if depending on how COVID impacted your life.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
even more perfect.
Wow.
So the next one on the list for people, and I don't know if this is so true so far, but so far it's 4 for 4. All these people are white that they keep showing us. So I don't know,
It might get
I don't know what's
worse.
going on.
I have a well, that's a part of that has to do with the fact that it's a lot easier to offend people when you're white
Yeah,
because it's
You're right.
like the people who are offended generally are the oppressed,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
white people don't experience
The
oppression the same way others do.
the next one on the list is you shouldn't be dressing as the COVID-19 vaccine. So we have a woman
Ouchie,
dressed
ouchie.
as that was pretty good. You shouldn't be. She looks like a medicine bottle basically, or like the liquid injection. It just says vaccine for
This one,
COVID-19. That's a strange one.
this this one isn't as bad to me. Like this is, or at least it wouldn't offend me.
Yeah.
I can see why
Uh,
somebody might be offended by this because there were so many anti-vaxxers.
oh,
Yeah.
I just got a sneak peek of the next one. My bad. You shouldn't be dressed as an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, whoops.
Spoiler alert. So we have a woman with a robe on, and she has a bunch of signs on her to say, I think the science is still out on this. I heard vaccines call autism and one that's kind of unreadable. So yeah, you shouldn't be dressing as an anti-vaxxer. That's
Uh,
Yeah.
that's a lazy costume. In my opinion, this is very lazy.
Yeah. This is kind of, this is like the worst. Because I know some very smart people who think the same way that don't look like this.
yeah, and
So
that's
it's
the
like,
thing. This is they are going out of their way to be offensive. Like
right.
there are some costumes that are offensive and the people are oblivious, but like this is like blatantly attacking people.
Right.
Yeah, and this one is like a real photo. So like the other ones have been like stock images almost.
No,
This
Mhm.
one
this is
looked
a
like
lady
somebody
at
took this.
this is a lady at a party.
Yeah.
Right.
So the next one though, I don't really, I guess this just also has to do with the anti-vaxxer. The next one, a lot of diseases going on. They're telling you shouldn't be dressed as monkeypox. So this one is another lazy
I ain't
one in
gonna
my
lie to
opinion,
you.
kind of whack.
I see somebody dressed as a monkey. We gotta talk. We gotta we gotta
So
have a
yeah, sorry.
discussion, my guy.
So for the people who didn't look it up, so this person has a monkey mask on and has a sign in the hand that says monkeypox. That's a stretch. Yeah, I'm more offended by why you got this monkey costume on.
Yeah,
Like,
we
what
gotta
you
talk, my
doing?
boy. We gotta talk.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, you got to do a lot of explaining for that
Right.
one. I don't think this one is as bad. So the next one is you shouldn't be dressed as a plague doctor. I've seen this one kind of not a lot, but I've seen it in my lifetime. Is that mask, like the plague doctor mask? And I don't really see why you couldn't dress as this. But also, I mean, I get it. Like a lot of people kind of died from the plague when it was around.
Just
Yeah.
kind of.
But
Just a couple. Just a
yeah,
couple people.
yeah, not that. Yeah, just a couple.
Like wiped
But like,
out
I don't really think
civilizations.
this is all that offensive. What do y'all think?
I
I
mean, if
mean,
you
it's
don't know
also
the
like,
context, which most people wouldn't, probably not. They just think it's one of those like weird,
I mean, the bubonic plague was one of the deadliest things that ever happened in human history, and so I can see why it would be offensive to dress as a plague doctor.
yeah, but
Yep.
it's like how many of your family members, like, not in the next 3 generations, would any of your family been affected by this? So it's like,
Well, here's the thing. Um it's especially as black people, it's not a good idea to go into the well, that was such a long time ago. How many people do you know that were actually experienced that actually went through that? My family never. Yeah, I don't think that's a good
that's
conversation
fair.
to have.
That's fair. That's fair. Uh,
Uh-oh.
all
This is
right.
this is
Well,
very
this one.
immediately offensive.
Okay, so yeah,
Wow.
this one is the offensive one. So this one is saying you shouldn't be dressed as a character. I can never say this word.
Caricature.
Caricature of a Mexican person. And so the person has a
Brandon, I
sombrero.
want you to describe this one.
Yeah, go ahead,
Well, I
Brandon.
got it.
We'll each have a turn, but I want you to
Okay.
describe this one.
My man got a sombrero.
Yep.
You got a thick mustache. You got a little cover over him.
Poncho.
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 What is that? Some tequila?
I would
Yeah, you
assume.
know it.
Yeah. And then a pistol. So yeah.
It's
Uh
like that the stereotypical like Mexican caricature of a person. Yeah, that's
yeah.
rough.
Very like a old like in the 80s, 90s movies, like this was the character in every what I mean? If there was a
Yeah.
Mexican character, it was this character, unfortunately.
Yeah. Like
Um,
the sombrero, the mustache, and the poncho are one thing, but the tequila in one hand and the pistol in the other
wild.
is wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we gotta have 5 minutes with that if I'm Mexican. Like we gotta talk about that.
yeah, we gotta square up on that one. For the uncle's sake.
Yeah. Okay, so now this list is really getting into it now. The next
This
one
is
is you should be wearing some Native American headdresses.
this one has been like we've known about this forever. Like
Yeah.
it's been on this list for a long time. Like a lot of the first ones we talked about were very new, very recent. This has been offensive since the beginning.
Facts.
Especially
This
for us
is
here in Oklahoma.
this is why they had to change the name of an NFL team.
Yep.
Right.
And as far as like changing offensive names, they're not done. There's still some stuff to do.
Right.
But yeah, this one it's and the problem is you never know because I don't know how many commercials I've seen that said, "Hi, I'm White Lady and I'm Chickasaw." And I don't know how much of that but I see it very regularly, and so then it's like, okay, so is this person actually or
Right.
not? If it's on Halloween, then I'm gonna assume that
Facts.
you don't belong, because if you did, why are you doing that?
Right.
But the problem is, if I saw a white person in this, I don't know if I would need to be offended or if it's a situation where they are in fact indigenous, just minimally.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. I went to college with a lot of Native American people. I had a lot of Native American friends. They were all Creek, and the one they was like white people always say. White people always try to say Cherokee. Like that was the one that they say if they was white, they'd be like, I bet you they Cherokee. So we would ask them. They're like, yeah, I'm
That is
1,000th Cherokee. Like, yeah, bro.
that's usually the case, because I've seen that same thing,
Hmm.
because my family is a Creek as well.
Mm.
Uh,
Here we are.
so I mean, this was going down the list. The next one is don't change your skin tone with makeup. And we kind of see a white woman low-key brown face right now. It ain't quite black, but it's definitely bronze
Oh
and
no,
it's definitely on the way to black.
This
this
is
is absolutely
blackface.
blackface. Like
Yeah.
yeah, this is blackface. Let me say this about that. Blackface, the only okay blackface was Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
That was perfect.
It was perfect. Um, that's the only time you can do blackface, and it's already been done. It can never be done again. It's happened. It's in the history books. Blackface cannot be used. And that is what, like, again, just altering your skin tone for a costume. You don't need to do that. Just
Right.
wear the costume and your own skin, and that is it. I have dressed as characters that are not black, and I did not alter my skin at all.
Yep.
So the same rules apply. You can dress as a black character, do not change your skin tone for it.
I agree.
Pretty simple.
If you want to be Black Panther, that's fine. Don't make yourself darker.
Yeah. Pretty simple. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't get it, but
Now hang on now. The next one. No. hang on. I'm being first. I don't understand the problem with this one. but I mean, Brandon, do you want to say what this one is?
okay. It says after all that's come out about Playboy this year, I'd stay away from going as a Playboy bunny, especially if you're doing a group costume, Holly, Bridget, Kendra. So it shows just the classic Playboy bunny costume the ladies wear. I mean, I don't know the full context on this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, I mean, I don't think it's offensive, obviously, but
That's what I don't see.
And I
I
was
don't
going
see
to
the
say,
problem with it, but
I
yeah,
think that not knowing what story they're talking about,
yeah,
it doesn't help. But the fact that Playboy, is incredibly exploitative
yeah.
is probably like
do you
just
think that's what it is?
I don't know the story, so I'm sure there's some other stuff, but I would assume without knowing anything that the fact that Playboy is exploitative, and there are men making a lot more money than the women who are posing, and the reason they're all the stuff that's tied into it, and the reasons it exists, I think that those are reason enough for it to be like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that.
I'll be
And
honest, I wouldn't be
if
offended.
kids are out, then like,
So
mommy, what's
that's where
that?
I can see that. Could you imagine your son like, Daddy, what's that? Like, what do you say? Like,
I
I don't
would
know.
say she's a bunny.
Yeah. Keeping it moving.
He's like, I want that bunny. All right, next one. Uh, this one just says like, don't be anything related to the Will Smith Oscar slap. Uh,
Mm,
I,
Okay.
I mean, that would be a whack one to me to even like dress up. Because I mean, at that point, you're just in a tuxedo and you just slap somebody.
right.
Yeah.
Slapping every black person you see, every black man you see.
It says
Yeah,
in there, especially if you're a white person.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if blackface isn't involved, then I'm fine. But
Yeah. But that
Now this one ain't. I don't think this one's offensive. I actually might think it's a little bit funny. It says don't dress as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard from their trial. I mean,
mm,
I don't know how this one might be a stretch, in my opinion. It's a little stretch.
I mean, with the allegations and everything, the stuff that came out about it, and the fact that, people were abused and hurt, yeah, it probably shouldn't. This is one of those things that's like, let's not poke fun at very serious
Didn't
situations.
didn't Jason Momoa was that Jason Momoa?
Yeah,
I believe it was. Yeah, recently he did that on the set of one of the movies. He
I
dressed as
think
Johnny Depp. Was it Aquaman too?
I think it was in the past, but yeah, he
Oh, it was in the
just
past. Okay.
yeah, it was the last Aquaman movie he was having issues with Amber Heard, and he wanted to get her fired.
Is she in the new one?
Uh,
I feel like she is.
she is, but they've cut her scenes a lot since all this happened.
If
Gotcha.
Ezra's movie got to happen, then
Yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely the baseline for everything.
right.
This next one. Oh, we got a warning on this one.
Uh-oh.
Uh, so it says,
oh,
don't go.
yep, that,
Oh wow,
yep,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Spencer,
that'll offend.
you got
Yeah,
this one.
Spencer,
Jesus
you got it.
Christ. Okay. So, for anyone unfamiliar with Roe v. Wade, it is a very famous court case that has to do with a woman's right to obtain an abortion. In the photo,
Which is a real photo.
which is an actual picture, we see two humans whose faces are blurred. We have a man with a knife and a meat apron, and we have a woman with who's wearing like a pregnant stomach with bloody baby limbs coming out of it.
That is wild.
Basically, showing abortion. Now, this is very graphic interpretation.
Yes.
This is wildly offensive, regardless of which side of the issue you're on.
Yeah.
But yikes.
I
This
was
is
not expecting this one. That's crazy.
This is if you're going for humor, this is very dark.
Yeah. Extremely
Like,
dark.
I don't understand how they was like, yeah, I got a really great idea for a costume. We're gonna kill this party. And then they go like this. I'm like, and this is a real photo too. I'm like, this is y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm under the impression that these two people are on the conservative side of it, because this looks like somebody who is against it, showing that it is terrible. Like this,
Yeah.
I get the vibe that these are pro-lifers,
Mhm.
and that they are using this costume to demonstrate what they believe is an atrocity. I think that was the theme, or like that was what they were going for. Because like this is this is definitely somebody who's of the opinion that you have to go to like a back at, like, if either of you have seen For Colored Girls,
yeah,
the Macy Gray, like,
Yeah.
they're under the impression that that's how they all work.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. And yeah, wow.
Crazy.
This next one is, you shouldn't be wearing the Handmaid's Tale costume. I know this was the show on Hulu, but I never did watch it, so I have no context for this one.
Same.
I'm pretty sure that, and don't quote me on this, this is just my like minimal understanding. I feel like Handmaid's Tale is about like women who are pretty much like farmed for their ability to have children. Like that's literally what they're there for. Like, they're there to conceive children.
Gotcha.
And they are in a slavery adjacent situation.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't watch the show, so I have no reference for it. This one is stay away from politicians like Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell, even if you're making fun of them.
Well, that's what you'd be doing, is making fun of them.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely like per your taste. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whatever side of the aisle you sit on.
And I would say, yeah, like just avoiding politicians in general, because the problem is, there are a lot of people who would figure, oh, it's perfectly okay to, wear this mask, but if you wear an Obama mask, it's a problem. It's like, no,
Right.
all of it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for like if you're out here doing like Abe Lincoln or like George Washington, like I wouldn't have any problem with that.
So the dead ones is fine. Like this, yeah, like because those are usually to honor them or like an actual costume, but like this is for the purpose of
Right.
making
Right.
fun.
Right.
Like this is meant to be offensive. So there's a lot of intent here.
Right.
And same with this one. Like this one comes with malicious intent as far as being offensive.
I'm gonna tell you who
Right.
did it the best. The next one is we shouldn't be dressed as Donald Trump. Yeah. I want to say the best person I've ever seen dressed as Donald Trump was on South Park, Mr. Garrison. They have like a whole like 2-3 seasons where Mr. Garrison is basically Donald Trump, and it is hilarious. Definitely love South Park when they did that. But yeah, you shouldn't be dressing as Donald Trump. Kind of like
Saturday
Spencer
Night
just
Live
said.
does a pretty good job.
Yeah, they do. They do.
But that again, their whole point is to do like an impression and a caricature and all that.
Right.
Yeah. This one is a little strange. So you shouldn't be dressed as Putin doing piggyback. Is there a reference for this one?
I don't know about the piggyback part.
I don't
Yeah, I
either.
mean, I know
Like-
Putin, but I don't
Yeah, like the
understand
only thing I've
piggyback part.
seen is like Putin shirtless riding a horse. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
I
involved,
don't
but
know.
yeah, I don't.
Oh, this is a deep cut because I don't really know this one. Like, I don't know the piggyback part.
Yeah.
Maybe Putin in general, probably not the best person to
Yeah,
dress
it's
up
probably not a
as,
good
but
idea.
yeah.
So this one is more offensive now, I guess, with the times, because at one
Nah.
point everybody was doing this one. This one is dressing as the police.
I
This
think
Telling you
is
shouldn't
that
be dressed as the
weird.
police.
this is for. I think this is offensive for a couple reasons. Yes, there's a spotlight on police brutality, even though it's whatever. But also in the movie Hocus Pocus, we see them try to like talk to the police about something, and he basically makes a joke out of it, and he's like, "Oh, they thought I was a real cop, ha 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 ha," and that could cause problems.
Yeah, I can
Mhm.
see from a safety perspective, but like offensive, that's weird to me. Like that's like all
Yeah,
right, bro.
I don't take it as offensive
I don't either. Like,
but I get it. Like I get why some people could.
I get it, but like most people who do it are doing it in a playful way, and they aren't out here like blue lives matter. You know what I mean? Like they're not out here doing that.
They're not
From what
doing it
I've
for the
seen,
wrong reason.
yeah, like they're
Essentially.
doing it. A lot of girls do it just because it's a simple costume. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's a little much to me.
And honestly, I feel like strippers are more likely to dress up as
I was
police
thinking
than
that,
like
but I
any.
wasn't gonna say it. Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
absolutely a stripper costume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 100% agree. And then the next one, I mean, it says the SWAT team, but I mean, I would basically, chug them in with the police.
I think for the same reason. Like I think that becomes a safety issue, and
Yeah.
yeah, like we don't need anybody under the impression that you are that and you're not.
Right.
But obviously, if you are dressed as a police officer or a SWAT person and a normal person can't tell, like I feel like whenever you see a fake police officer, you know they're in a costume.
Well, that depends on how good the costume is.
I guess I've never seen a police costume that good where I can't tell the difference.
I mean, also matters what kind of uniform. You know, they have like different type of uniforms.
It'll depend
Sometimes
on
they
where
just
you
have,
are, because
they have like the FBI jacket on. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Like
guess I also wouldn't be. I would be in a bar. I wouldn't be expecting to see the police dancing just right there randomly. Like
In
I
uniform.
just came back from I went on vacation recently and I saw two women dressed as police officers. I was like, ain't no reason police officer in the club drinking and dancing on dudes. So I'm gonna assume these ain't real police officers.
Maybe.
So
Or they might have been, because there was that story of that one
Where
police
were you at?
officer who was doing
oh,
stuff.
I know what story you're talking about, Spencer. I
Yeah,
know what story
that
you're talking
that police officer.
What
about.
what
I was
country
in
were you in?
Florida. I was
Oh,
in
you're in
Florida.
Florida?
Country.
I
Oh,
mean,
Yeah.
that's a wild place.
yeah, I was gonna say anything can happen there.
Yeah, like anything could happen in Florida. I'm sure the police were doing that. Like that's
Those girls were really police officers.
they were actually police officers. Yeah.
They was on duty and everything.
Mhm.
You were in a different country, in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh this last one, so the very last one is don't go as anything dressed with the word slave in it. Um
Yeah.
I don't think that needs to be explained,
yeah.
but unfortunately, there are some people who the fact that it's a thing, the fact that they sell this costume, the fact that people and in this one, like nobody's wearing it, like it's just a picture of the costume. So
Right.
at least there's that, because
Yeah.
all the rest of these somebody was wearing it,
Right.
but this one is just a picture of the costume and like the model who's on it to show you what it looks like. So
Right.
You know,
at least we're not in a situation where we can see somebody wearing it in real life.
Right.
But still, what are you doing?
it's crazy the costume literally just says slave girl.
It does.
Like,
I'm surprised it doesn't say genie on it.
same, I was thinking that. But then I was thinking, what about if people now, Brandon, you are the
Mhm.
tapped in one. Do you think, in your opinion, is it okay to dress as slave Princess Leia? Because she was trapped by what's the big dude name again? Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I mean,
I think you pick a different Leia. You pick Leia at a different point in her life. You pick Senator Leia.
yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, if you're I would ask questions. I'd be like, why did we make this specific choice? But like, why did Slave Leia change your life? Or you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, or like, do you have somebody with you who's Jabba?
yeah, exactly.
I from what I understand though, when that movie dropped when it first came out, like a lot of guys was liking the look of, Princess Leia and the little clothes.
That
What if somebody trying to
sounds
recreate that?
that probably is true.
It's probably a fact, especially back then. Probably right.
And I would still say you need to pick Leia at a different point in her life.
Yeah, probably right.
So okay, that's all of the costumes. So now we understand. Hey, let's not wear these costumes. We don't want to offend people in 2023. What was most offensive ones, y'all? Or the most
Blackface.
crazy looking one?
Blackface, probably for sure.
No, the abortion one.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say that abortion
Yeah,
one.
the abortion one is like that. Seeing
was
it, I was like,
wild.
oh my.
That
I
was
see why
one.
they had it blurred out at first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
was
would
like
go.
legit offensive. I was like, golly.
Yeah, that was wildly offensive.
I don't even get offended like that, but that was crazy.
That was too much.
So yeah,
All right.
definitely that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, everything kind of going kind of slow. Um, is there any on the list where you guys felt like, it wasn't that offensive or anything?
Police one, I get from security, but offensive is a different word other than like causing a security problem. You know what
I
I mean?
agree. Like if this is just a list of you probably shouldn't do this or you should probably avoid this,
Right.
then yes, I think police should be on this list. But as far as like, would it offend people? I agree. I don't think it would. And same with SWAT team. Like
Same.
it's unlikely to offend very many people if you're dressed as a sexy SWAT officer.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. All right. So to kind of finish out the episode, I was like, we enjoyed a good bracket. So I was like, why don't we make a bracket 1v1 bracket. We have some certain people on this bracket. Now we're gonna do 1v1. They fighting to the death. All right.
Yeah.
We have to decide who is the ultimate horror slasher person. Now some of these characters we may be able to argue for, some of them we may not be able to argue for. Some of them we may not even see in the movie, but we would try to figure it out and let's kind of see who is the ultimate horror person. So we have eight iconic slashers, and some of them I don't know their name, just because like I said before, I'm not a huge horror person, so I just got some little acronym for them or something like that, or just some not acronyms, but a nickname for them basically. But these were randomly matched up, like we always do. And in our first round, we have Jason versus Candyman. So let me start off by saying, have you guys seen any of the Jason movies? Like, I hope y'all know who Jason is, right? Everybody knows who Jason
Yeah.
is.
Voorhees. Yeah.
Okay. Spencer, you know Jason, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I remember, he was a child that was not treated very well, and he was like drowned in the lake, and then he came
Yeah.
back as
As a
killer.
killer or something. Yeah. Okay. So we have.
He's hockey mask and machete, right?
You're right. Yeah, that's
Okay.
him. So we got Jason versus Candyman, and every black person I've know has seen Candyman. I will admit I have not seen the newest Candyman, but I've seen the original Candyman.
I have not seen Candyman.
I'm aware of Candyman, but I don't know if I have sat down and watched it. Like when I feel like with most people, whenever you ask them like what's a movie that scarred you as a child, like I feel like Candyman is a lot of people's answer.
Yeah.
I literally just said I've never met a black person who didn't see Candyman, and now both
Yeah.
y'all literally just said you guys never
That's why I
seen
was like,
Candyman.
why'd you say that? Because I
Why did you say that?
definitely.
Look, we've definitely met.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, well, I guess this should be pretty easy. Who do y'all got? Who y'all think winning?
Is it Candyman
Jason or
wasn't on the
Candyman?
bracket?
I know Candyman. He can. I don't know. He has a bunch
He's
of
got
bees on him
bees,
and
right?
everything.
Yeah, he's got bees.
Yeah,
And is
I think you call his
Candyman
name.
a person, or because Candyman is like you have to summon Candyman, right?
Yeah,
I think you have to summon him. I'm pretty sure.
Because Candyman is like the keep my name out your fucking mouth, like that's Candyman.
yeah, that is a very good one. Yes,
So yeah, like the
I
fact
need to
that
animate that actually.
the fact that that would lead me to believe that Jason is less supernatural than Candyman is.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Since Candyman has to be summoned and Candyman's got like bees and shit, and but I mean all of the like saying that Jason is just a normal man is not reasonable.
All right.
Yeah, because that boy definitely got some OP powers. He can walk and still catch you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Candyman.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Candyman.
because I was going with Jason. I think
I'm rolling with Jason only just off of like he got a resume that I can rock with. You know what I mean?
yeah. And honestly, it's been so long since I've seen Candyman. I feel like he can die, and I feel like every time I see Jason, like Jason can die, but Jason just don't be dying.
That's
So
okay. And if Candyman can die, or if Candyman can easily be defeated, then yeah, the answer is Jason. I'm not familiar enough with them to really give you an answer. I'm just going like, since Candyman is supernatural and since Candyman has to be summoned, I would assume that Candyman came in with a job to do. But
right.
Cool.
yeah, I got a feeling too. I got like horror people who listen to our podcast, like horror enthusiasts. They might be coming at us a little bit, but
Good.
that's fine. We already
Let
said
'em.
before we're not big on it.
And you've already told them where they can have this conversation with us.
Yeah, let us know.
So yeah, horror enthusiasts, if you have feelings, please let us know.
This next matchup, I would definitely say this first character definitely scared me the most as a kid. We got Chucky versus Freddy. I was definitely afraid of Chucky. Y'all seen Chucky?
Yeah. You know how we talked about in an earlier episode how we just decide names for songs, like we don't call the songs by the name of the actual song.
Yeah.
The same applies here because the movie I'm pretty sure is not called Chucky. I absolutely call all those movies Chucky.
Same. I think
Oh,
I
what are they
like
called?
I want to say Child's Play. I
Oh,
absolutely
you
try
call
and
it.
Chucky. Same with Freddy. I'm pretty sure he's Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah, I knew that
Yeah.
was called name.
Those movies are called Freddy Krueger.
Right. Same.
Jason.
Friday
What are
13th,
his
Jason.
movies? He's Friday the 13th. Okay, so
Yeah.
Halloween is Michael Myers. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
those movies are called Jason.
Yep. Yep. You want to
So-
see new Jason? Yep.
That's yeah. So yeah, the movies are called Chucky, and the movies are called Freddy Krueger. And with this matchup, I like my heart is telling me Freddy Krueger because Chucky is a fucking doll. And
Right.
it
But
feels like Chucky should be easier to like if they're fighting each other. I mean, I don't know if there's anything Freddy can do about Chucky because Chucky is a doll, so Chucky doesn't sleep.
that's what I was gonna say. Chucky doesn't sleep, and don't you got to go? I think you got to go to sleep in order for Freddy to
Yeah,
get
like
you.
you have to. Yeah, you have to have fear in your heart, and you have to be asleep because Freddy's a dream demon. And
True.
Chucky, like if they're fighting each other, I don't know if Freddy has an answer for Chucky. Like I don't know if Freddy could get to him. I don't know if Freddy like I don't. That might be the one matchup that Freddy can't really do anything with.
That's but then at the same time, Freddy would be like, I guess, cutting up Chucky, but Chucky wouldn't really
Wait,
hit toy.
fellas, I just looked it up. I looked it up. Does Chucky sleep? And it said, apparently, yes. Chucky does, in fact, sleep and dream. We also see him sleep in the first movie. So it's not really a question.
Freddy, then.
So,
Oh well, yep, there we go.
yeah, Freddy, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. See, if we had never looked it up, people would have definitely been mad at us on that one.
Yeah.
That's what I now have. So if Chucky sleeps and dreams, then that means that Chucky lives. So
Well, wasn't he a regular person at first, and then he died?
probably
like he was a
that's
regular
what
person.
happens
I think
to all
that's
these
right.
people.
Yeah.
It feels like all of them, like they were a person, and then something terrible happened to them, and now they're a scary movie thing.
Yeah, they got a tragic backstory. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this next matchup, I admit I haven't seen one of these movies, but I had to put the iconic person on there. So we got Scream, which I think he goes by Ghostface Killer,
His
but
name
not
is
Ghostface Killer.
his name
just
is Scream.
So we got Scream versus Michael Myers, which I don't think
Bro.
I've ever seen Michael Myers.
Michael
Oh, yeah.
Myers is Michael to me, and I've only seen Michael Myers I think once or twice, but like Michael Myers to me is like a better version of Jason. Like he can obviously teleport because he moves very slowly, and always manages to just be where he needs to be to do a lot of killing. Michael Myers is a massive individual.
Right.
Like they get like Kane-sized actors.
Yeah, I was just saying, he reminds me
Oh
of
wait,
Kane.
I know. Wait. Is Michael Myers? Is that Leatherface? Is that the same thing or no?
No, I
No.
think Chainsaw is Leatherface.
Just look up
Oh.
Michael Myers. You'll know.
Michael
I just
Myers.
did.
I think Michael Myers
maybe
wears
I've
the
never seen
William Shatner mask.
Yeah. Overalls.
Yeah,
Not
I
overalls.
don't
He has
think
like
Coveralls.
coveralls, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've
And-
ever seen any of these movies.
Yeah, like Michael Myers is like he's too much. Now with Scream, I haven't seen the newest Scream, but it looks like the Scream in the newest one got some upgrades from the old one, because the old one I think was just a dude, but this new one, like there was in the trailer, I feel like somebody was pointing a gun at him and like shot it, and he like dodged a bullet, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
he a problem.
I was I only got reference to the old ones. I didn't see the new one either.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna go Michael Myers. Michael Myers is too much based on what I've seen.
yeah, this is a layup to me. It's Michael Myers is beating a dog out of Scream. Scream was chasing around little girls. Like Michael Myers is murdering
Michael
anyone
Myers
who
would
came.
eat Scream.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna that. So just I know Scream was just like a normal dude, and this Michael Myers dude, he looked like he ain't playing.
Yeah,
Right.
Michael Myers
So
is yeah, he was killing people at an early age.
Yep.
all right.
'Cause I think he killed his
Uh,
sister and her boyfriend when he was like 12 or something.
Yeah.
the last matchup we have the dude from Saw, which is was anybody know his name?
John Kramer, I want to say.
All right.
I
So
think I
we
said
got
Carpenter earlier, but I want to say John Kramer is his name.
we got John. We got
Okay.
John from Saw, and we got the Texas Chainsaw dude, which I don't know his name either. Oh wait, is it Leatherface?
That's Leatherface, I think.
Gotcha.
So
So
Saw requires a lot of prep time,
Yeah, sure.
and other than that, he's just a dude with cancer. So I'm gonna have to go with Chainsaw Man.
I'm just saying, but what if the Saw dude? What if John catches Leatherface in a building?
If he's got prep time, then okay. But like, even if he does have prep time, Leatherface could still live and survive the trap or the game. So, like this is not a good bracket for John to be in.
I
Yeah, I couldn't think.
I don't know if
What
I've
you gonna say,
seen
Brian?
Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw.
I seen one of them. I think there's like two, but I've seen the one that came with not Omarion. Well, was it Omarion?
Trey Songz is
No.
in one. I feel like
Oh,
Trey Songz dies in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
maybe that's what I thought. Omarion was in one. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Then.
I mean, he may have been, but I am pretty sure Trey Songz dies in one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that
Yeah.
must have been the one I saw. Then you think you said that right before he died?
Yes.
Shoot.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm going Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Dude, who you got, Brandon?
Texas Chainsaw just Saw ain't built for stuff like this.
This is not
All right.
his bracket.
Right.
I will say I was struggling to find. I'm sure there's a bunch of slashers out there that I didn't know about, but that's the one I came up with.
Yeah.
So next matchup. Now this is the iconic one. This is the one that brings the money to the office. This is the one that this is what people are here to see. Which somehow I don't know how they ended up on the same side of the bracket, which is unfortunate. But we got Jason versus Freddy, which I've actually seen this movie too. Did you ever watch it when it came out?
Oh yeah. It's a good one actually.
It's been on the TV, but I don't think that I have watched it. It's just been on. And
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
doesn't
Me too. Kelly Rowland.
isn't there a winner like in the movie? Like doesn't one of them win?
I think Jason won.
Technically, I
It's
think
one of
Jason cuts
to the
off.
end.
Yeah, he cuts off Freddy's head or something. But then Freddy, at the end, he becomes alive, and they were supposed to put out another movie. Now I may be tripping. Did they come out with another movie?
I tried to look it up. Yeah, it came out in 2012, which is like almost 10 years later.
Wow, I did not see that. Man.
I didn't either. I just looked it up. It might have been straight to DVD. Honestly,
Might have been. Might be
Uh,
right.
yeah.
but yeah, I, uh, eh, I guess I'm gonna go with Jason.
Yeah, we got evidence. Man, you put him down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. Yeah, Jason. I just think he's just a better character. Now I will say Freddy is probably the creepiest because you got to go to sleep in order for him to catch you.
Bro.
Freddy
It's
is really
like,
creepy, and
that
Freddy,
sucks.
like I feel like Jason just kills people, but Freddy like commits atrocities.
Yeah. Freddy
Like Freddy rapes.
scars you.
He rapes
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he kills.
yeah.
Yeah, that and like I said, honestly, that Jason vs. Freddy was underrated because the stuff he was doing to some of them people in their dreams, like they was like up awake, like like trying to stay
Shaking.
awake. Yeah,
Yeah,
And that's another thing. Like Freddy, yeah, like Freddy may leave you alive, and
right,
like you just have to live with the trauma.
right,
So as far as like regular people, yeah, Freddy's probably the worst one. But if we're talking just like if the bracket was who's more effective or who's more like if that was the bracket, if it was a bracket of them dealing with other people, like them as villains or like that, then this would be a different conversation. But if they are fighting each other,
Yeah.
Jason, because
Right.
I don't know that, like, with what Jason's been through, Freddie, I don't think you got what it takes to deal with that,
Right. Right.
even though he is a
All right.
dream demon or whatever.
All right. Well, Jason moves on to the finals. So, final matchup: Michael Myers versus Leatherface.
Michael
I
Myers,
will
Going to
man.
say
Michael Myers. Yep.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. I was gonna go. I was Leatherface, the chainsaw though. I mean, I also didn't see Michael Myers, but I'm
Michael
like that
Myers is too
chainsaw. He
much.
got the distance on him. He got the
Michael
distance
Man.
Myers.
though.
Michael Myers might
Myers.
be immortal.
Yeah, Michael Myers is walking straight, eating that chainsaw and putting in work with his
Yeah.
little knife. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter. People have been using all kind of stuff against Michael Myers. Everything you can conceive of.
He walks.
Run him
he
over.
walks away and gets his body.
Yeah, set him on fire, like all kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. I think I want to say one of them, Buster Rhymes is in one of the Halloweens. I want to say.
I feel like he was.
Yeah, that was actually a solid one too.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Michael Myers.
All
this
right.
is a Taker versus Kane type matchup right here.
Yeah. So, oops, wrong one. But we know Michael Myers went to it. So, with the final matchup, we got Jason versus Michael Myers.
Oof.
They
I think-
both use basically the same weapon, but one has a little bit longer than the other one.
Yeah. I feel like these two are very similar, like based on the little bit that I know, in that like they're both large, menacing, and kind of unkillable, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like it feels like no matter what those white kids do, they can't get the job done. But like based on what I have seen, the little bit that I've seen, Michael Myers is too much.
Yeah. It's tough. Both of them got a really nice,
Yeah, they both have a strong
footwork.
resume.
Strong resume, good
Man.
footwork.
They can both teleport.
Yeah,
Because
both can.
they both move at their own pace. Like they're like, I'll don't worry. Yeah, run all
Yeah.
you want. Get tired. Go ahead.
Able to
Did y'all
close
ever
the distance really well.
Did y'all ever play the Friday 13th game? So there was a game on I want to say 360.
Did not know that was a thing.
I played it. It was actually pretty fun. One person plays like Jason and the other like 5 players like the campers. And you're
Yeah.
basically trying to escape him. Like everybody's doing like their own job and trying to work together to kind of leave. And it's actually pretty fun. And Jason has like the powers and everything. But I looked up Jason's height and weight. It said Jason is 6'5", between 250 and 275.
That
Okay.
is
That's a
the
big
Rock
boy.
size.
What's Michael Myers looking at? What's our stats?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to look up. So Michael Myers says the original was 6 foot.
No, Michael Myers is way bigger than that.
Yeah. That's probably like the 70s.
That's what that said. 1978. He was 6 foot. I can't find his weight though. Oh, actually, no, I
Yeah.
found it says 6'9". Michael
That
Myers is
sounds
6'9".
more correct.
Yeah. He was towering over people.
Yeah, like he was huge.
This is tough. I'm
I
a
think that
roll with
machete might be
Jason.
more effective though. Yeah, I'm like that machete, man, he got the distance for me.
Jason, I at least feel more. I've seen more of his movies. I've seen his resume. I've seen him even do some good stuff. You know what I mean? Not even like not as a good guy, but help somebody. I'm rocking with Jason.
Jordan, you'll have to break the tie because I'm going with Michael Myers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Jason only because I've seen way more of his movie. I've probably seen more Jason movies than any of the others on this
Same.
list. I also played the game, so I'm way more familiar with him versus Michael Myers. But also, it's like the machete to me is longer than that knife, so I feel like he has a great distance on him as far as like if they got into like 1-on-1 hand fight. And I've seen Jason survive some crazy stuff. But you guys also mentioned about Michael Myers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looks like we
I
got a
know.
winner though.
Yeah, like I don't have strong feelings about this. So
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, I don't think none of us care at the end of the day about who's the best horror person. But I'm sure some people out there they either they agree with us or they disagree with us.
and they are professionals, they are experts, they know details and lore and feats and all that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, that's Halloween, man. It's
Nice.
that's how it is, and that's the episode. That's all we
It's a good
got.
holiday. Hope everybody enjoys. You know what I mean? However you celebrate Halloween. Hope you do it out there. Be safe out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. Most importantly, be safe. Don't take candy from weird people. It look a
Exactly.
little strange. You might not want to.
Yeah.
Might
Double
not want to
check
take
the
that
bag.
candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, we're never duplicated.
Always appreciate it.
And forever melanated.